in a rare turn of events, the enemies of the fire crew watched the games this time. And so we started off, what was that, Friday, with U.S. playing Ecuador with what I would call a experimental lineup.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about this game? It ended in a 1-1 draw. Let's just get that out of the way. And we trailed for a good portion. But I don't know. Did it do anything for you? Did it, James, did this game turn you on?
Are you talking about the U.S. men's national team game or the most
yes,
recent Fire game, which was weeks ago?
You can tell how much playoffs we got on the brain. Not this one, the Ecuador game.
Oh, you're talking about Ecuador. You're not even talking about Australia.
Yeah, we're going all the way back to the reality.
Yeah, last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday, dude. That's what. See, I tell you, we gotta record these earlier in the week. All right.
Well, so, if we recorded early, we wouldn't have been able to talk about Australia also, though. So
fair, yeah, we'd be pretty shitty right now.
I think we learned something in that game. And it's that
Tillman's great,
and that's Balogun. Oh, he does have his scoring boots for the Americans, so that's good. Wait, you're saying that? I don't know if he played that game.
Tillman,
no, he went in. He played
Wait, Tillman, there he is. He's on the right side. Okay.
17. Yeah, he started. He played amazingly.
So the formation has him on the front of a 4-3-3. They must have been playing something. I mean, a 3-4-3. They must have been playing something different.
No, you know what?
Yeah,
Arvston didn't go forward at all, right? So Arvston stayed home, and Miles Robinson basically played right back. So it really was more of a 4-3-3 than it looks on paper. Because then you had like
I mean, look at where Tim
Morris
Weah
drop back.
is.
Well, Morris and Tessman kind of had an abomination of a game at first.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm just confused with this whole Pochettino thing. Like, when we lived through the 2022 World Cup, I thought, like, well, just run it back. Whoever's not injured, we're running this shit back. But, like, apparently no. Apparently we're just going to throw it in a blender and see what comes out. So I don't even know what to make of, like, McKennie. Like, I don't know.
It's like two different teams also, like, between the Ecuador game and Australia game, and basically was two different teams.
Here's the thing, guys.
So,
in my opinion, he's really not doing anything all that different from any of the other coaches when it comes to calling these guys in. He's calling in a mix of other players, of some MLS players, some outside guys. Every time it's almost like it's a hodgepodge of a few of both, but maybe one side more than the other. And it's a repeat of almost every single coach before this. It's finding out what you have in the cupboard before you go to the big show. When you go to the big show, you're going to take your best pieces out of the cupboard. And right now he's like, I got 64 pieces of silver and, a couple of pieces of gold. I got to find which of those pieces of silver weigh the most, because that's what you're going to get, the most money back, in a weight system of all that in my scenario of weighing silver and getting.
I guess people, I mean, I honestly, I feel like I might do the same thing if I were in his position, because we're already qualified, so he might as well just fuck around. But I do feel like people maybe expected to see a little bit more of like a like some sort of structure coming out of the mist by this point. Maybe not though.
Maybe that's an interesting point though. It's that there is no structure. It's been a little loose. It's been a little hodgepodge. Because, maybe he's exposing them. Maybe it's a little exposure therapy or whatever it is to the various concepts that he wants to throw at them. And then when he gets down to the core of it, he's going to have his best 21 or 22. What is it? Matt, what do you get to take?
25 now,
25?
right?
He's going to have his best 25. And then that time he's going to be like, everything that we've done before, throw it out. We're going to be focusing on this, and this, and that's how we're going to fucking do this. That's what his plan is. Right now, he's making pancakes. He's just making pancakes, and not every pancake's a winner. It's gonna the first flap that comes out, and it's like he's got banana and fruit snacks in it, and the next one comes out, and he's got raisins and prunes, and maybe that works a little bit better. And the next one comes out, and it's just straight up blueberries. So it's just all these mixes of pancakes. He's trying everything. He's throwing everything at him, and he wants to find out who he has. And what we're finding out in these games is that some people are punching their tickets. Some are being pieces of silver that you would not realize that you're gonna be like, he's plucking out. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna set you aside, Christian Roldan. You're coming with us.
Oh my God, Christian Roldan may start in the fucking World Cup after these 2 games, man.
You are coming with us to the World Cup. Another clear thing that seems to come out of both of these games, not just this game, is that I think Matt Freese is the out and out #1 current and probably the go-to guy for the World Cup at the moment.
I don't get it.
I will say the first game, nothing that Brady couldn't do. Did he have many shots to block? No, but Brady could have done that.
And where was Brady? This was the opportunity to play him for one of these 2 games.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Freeze. I'm not sold.
That is what's funny, though. If we are really in the throwing all of the spaghetti against the wall, then why aren't we throwing? Why is the goalkeeping the one thing that's? I guess maybe because the goalkeeper needs to lead from the back and kind of be the experience, and maybe that. But I'm it still feels like if we have plenty of time for the rest of the starters to be working, figuring out who works together and all that, because I guess eventually, pretty soon they will need a starting group that's going to know how to work together, because we can't be going into the World Cup with only a month of those guys playing closely together all those times. But
we're not going to have any cohesion going into the World Cup. Yeah. Even now that we were supposed to have what we needed now. I guess before we move on to the next game, I guess my biggest issue, which does perpetuate the next game, is I don't mind putting Aiden Morris and Tanner Tessman in the middle of the field and letting that explode in front of us. I don't mind if we get our nuts kicked in doing that. And just trying it out, right? But the problem is the out of position. How he's using Weston is not. Weston can do it because Weston can do anything, but it's not his position. What he's asking Weah to do isn't what he's good at. Arston isn't good at soccer. I'd
rather find this out now than at the World Cup.
Fair, but just don't play the other guys out of position.
Why play Pulisic against Australia?
And maybe play the guys you have in position.
Well,
I'm sorry, Serena, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, she was bringing up Pulisic, which thank God we rested him this game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we already know that he's gold, let's say, why did we play him against Australia? Just to get him some playing time? I don't know.
Yeah, so the Australia game, we start Christian Pulisic, and really, let's not, let me take my hater cap off for a second.
You have him there. You got.
It was a very good performance. It was they won. They won,
and it was entertaining.
It was a little nervy at first, man.
Against Australia.
Yeah,
because Australia got that first goal,
and that first goal was kind of weird, and
it was a little fluky, but it was a solid finish at the end. See, Chris Richards, who I really like that kid. I think he's really good. He had 2 big bad moments, but beyond that, he had a great game. But anyway, I'm glad you brought that up, Serena.
And that happens.
So Weston McKennie again out of position. If we're looking at it,
yep.
Christian Roldan gets the start because Pochettino now is has a man crush on him. And this is what I would like to know. I have an opinion. Now, Balogun started and scored a goal in the first game. Haji Wright started and scored 2 goals. We'll start with Serena. Who do you got? Who's your starting striker at this moment? Who's on the depth chart? Does Josh Sargent not go to the World Cup now? Who do you got?
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I feel like if I am just going off these 2 games, Haji Wright, not just because he got 2 versus the 1, but because those goals were so good. The second, it was the second or the first goal. One of them, I mean, they're both good, but one of them where he kept the ball, it was a 1-on-1 or 1-on-3, and he worked around everybody and he got the ball in the corner. The quality of the goal was so good. Balogun, I will say, I feel like he did have opportunity. He had a few close shots, so he could have easily been, also scoring 2 goals in that Ecuador game. So I don't think the goals are all it takes. But I don't know. I'm going to go behind Haji Wright.
James, what U.S. striker? Balogun, Wright, Pepe, Sargent. Where are you? What?
I'm riding the hot hand. I'll ride the hot hand in Haji Wright. I think that's the obvious call right now. Now it's only the hot hand because he's hot for club and country. He's hot for his team out in championship, and he's hot for here. He's 2 goals. Guess what? How many more that is? Guess how many more? He's leading championship, Serena.
Yeah, he's got 1 less goal than games played right now in the championship.
He's the leading goal.
How many does Balogun have?
1 or 1 or none. In 5 or 6 games, I believe. And the other thing is, last I counted, 2 is more than 1. Which where Balogun scored 1, Haji has scored 2. And who do you think's more stiffer competition though? Ecuador or Australia?
Ecuador.
Ooh,
Ecuador.
I would say Ecuador. Yeah, I would say Ecuador. I wouldn't necessarily say. I saw one of the best tweets in human history where somebody tweeted out Australia plays like a white CONCACAF team, like an all white CONCACAF.
It's true. They were,
but
it was getting physical out there.
They play their CONCACAF ball out there, man. Like I can see why they qualify every time. Like even out of Asia, because it's not the easiest
Twitter?
Confederation.
Is that on your Twitter?
I sent it in the group chat. Don't even worry about it. You'll never find it. It's just some rando. I probably didn't even retweet it.
No, that'd been great.
I'm trying. On a side note, I gotta tell everybody, I'm trying very hard to transfer from Twitter to Instagram. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
you just can't get as much news.
I hear it's you can't get as good. Twitter is unfortunately or fortunately the best news site on the planet.
But anyway,
both.
back to the
Instagram
real
is
point.
fun. Actually fun.
There you go. Back to the real
Yeah.
point. I say Haji Wright number 1. I something about Haji Wright that like I'm gonna sound insane, but please let me get you there. I feel like part of what makes Messi great is like you see Messi dribbling, and then all of a sudden the ball's just in the back of the net. It's like, did he even move his leg? What happened? Did he mind meld that over there? So like Haji Wright, though, I feel like even from the television, you can see exactly what angle he has his foot and how exactly he strikes the ball. Like, I feel like he strikes the ball. He's one of the best at changing his strike, just being able to strike the ball in many different ways. That's one thing I really like about Haji Wright. And it makes sense because that goal in the World Cup looked kind of flukish, but really it took some skill to score that kind of goal. So I just, James found it.
Yeah. I do feel like he also he seems more confident on the ball if we're comparing to like he just like, and maybe this is kind of similar to what you're saying, but like it almost, he's one of those players, or he's becoming one of those players really where when he gets the ball, you're like, okay, like he's got it under control. He's not going to fuck it up. He has like a plan of some sort and he's going to take it forward. And I feel like that's kind of what, obviously that's what you need. But I don't think we have a ton of guys like that.
I'll say something else dumb. I know I like to put myself out there. I feel like the Premier League is the best league in the world. And I feel like, right? It's a thing of beauty, a work of art. But the Premier League is the best league in the world, but I feel like the Championship is the hardest.
Really?
Like, think about it. It is like a knockdown, bottles and chains fight in an alley. Like, it is not pretty soccer.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. Don't you think? That
I don't watch it. I don't watch a ton of championships, so I don't know. I feel like I've seen a few.
A ton of championship, but still.
Is Oxford United in championship?
They gotta be League 2, League 1. I don't know.
Oh,
I
they're in
love
championship.
this. James is doing
Andrew and
research right now, like the back to back.
Yeah, so that goal was kind of that was more of like a Tillman goal. I mean, that ball
Mr.
was
Magoo.
Tillman's, and he kind of just
Mr. Magoo could have scored that.
No. That goal.
I
don't know if the people can see this, so this might be terrible YouTube, but like, if you were to back up, he didn't just knock into that ball. What won that goal was his body positioning.
Yeah, that's true.
His positioning on his defender.
It was also a great ball by Tillman.
was. And you know what? He actually took that
Ooh.
near post, which is harder to score than had he kind of opened his boot up a little bit, but it could have gone really embarrassing had he opened up his boot too much. But I don't know. I've been a Haji Wright fan for a little while, so I'm pro. But it's good to
stand by
finally
it,
have
man.
strikers scoring goals, man.
Serena, what do
So-
you think about
Yeah.
Tillman? He did not play the second night, played only against Ecuador.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
And that makes sense.
Probably lock.
No, I mean, he had a great game but against Ecuador. I think he was involved in almost everything. He had created the most chances. Man of the match on a lot of different rating systems, whatever. I think it makes sense to give him a rest against Australia. He's also not like a for sure starting guy. I feel like I wasn't expecting him to start against Australia. I think it makes sense, and I think I'm glad he played well. I feel like he would have, just from what I've seen of him too. He is still, he can be shaky sometimes. I feel like it's good to give him the rest and let him have that good performance and ride on that for a while.
So it's interesting you say he's shaky. Like Australia was a very physical team. Do you think that may have had something to do with it?
Yes, I mean I do, and I will say too, just in the Bundesliga, which is also relatively physical, he does I don't know. There are just moments where he can be shaken. Like if he's either surprised that the foul has been called on him, or he's just surprised that someone actually, took him down, and he kind of just takes a moment to kind of realign, and he looks a little bit, he just seems kind of sensitive, I guess. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying he's he's too weak or whatever. But I do think no. I just think he's more of a thinking man, I feel like sometimes he just gets kind of surprised by the physicality, and I feel like it makes more sense to rest him against. I could see him getting in some kerfuffles against Australia and kind of not really knowing where he was or what he was doing.
It's an interesting profile that you're giving him, because I think most people would be surprised to learn he's 6'2". And it sounds like you're talking about the guy with more of a diminutive stature, someone who would more so shy away from contact and not be looking into that.
But he's necessarily shying away from contact. I feel like he's just not fully. He's not going to be like a guy mowing people down or knocking. He's not a bowling ball. He's not like a super physical guy despite his size, and I think he just joined a new league. He's not necessarily used to playing for the country either. And so I think he's learning, maybe is a better way to put it.
Right. He's learning the league.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I think we got to get out of here, but before we do, James, was there, I see Freeman over there instead of Jedi, because obviously is there, I guess I'll steal it. I was going to ask you if there's anything else you want to talk about, but I got
one more thing. Weah jumping on from one side to the other side. Like, he's being viewed as quite versatile by Pochettino, so you better consider him a lock. He's nice little.
Tim Weah is an amazing player that never gets any credit. But are we worried now about the Pulisic injury? Because of course,
yes,
as one does, Pulisic goes down injured.
It's the wrong time to get injured.
And twice, because he got hurt. If I remember correctly, he got hurt. He got fouled pretty hard early in the game, and it looked like he was holding his hamstring. And I was like, oh shit, he's injured, and he's gonna come out. He didn't come out, but then as it happens, like 10 or 15 minutes later, he goes down. Same thing, holding that hamstring, and it almost felt inevitable. In a way that I was like, why was he playing in this game?
It's such a physical game.
Yeah.
In such a nothing game.
I think he's only out until November, only, obviously it's still an injury, but luckily, I think we're lucky that it wasn't anything worse.
But that's still bad. He was flying high at Milan, and if Milan wants to do anything other than just be, fourth or fifth type of talk, you know what I mean? They need Christian Pulisic to play well. It just
I meant for US though.
And Milan
can do what they want, but for the US.
And Milan did US a favor by letting them out. Of course, they always do.
I guess it's the whole thing. I guess the better you are at sports, the less you get to play them. But man, this whole having to watch some of these guys so hard because they go down, they're made of glass. You know what I mean? It's shocking, man. And And it sucks because Pulisic is world class when he's playing, but he's just always coming off of an injury. That's like that's his homeostasis.
I wouldn't say
This
he's
thing,
injury
yeah.
prone because there's so many times when he's not injured. Here's the thing: everybody criticized him, and us included, for taking the summer off. What good did it do him?
Well, he started the season amazingly.
Okay,
It looked like he made the right
Yet
decision.
we still ended up here. Did he, or what if we ended up here anyway?
I mean, if this happened over the summer, and let's say he hadn't played, like he's just now back from Milan and he's barely getting minutes, like that would have sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was proven.
I'll trust that he knew what he was doing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's been proven right by his
Yeah.
performance at Milan.
He's also just kind of, I mean, talk about being I know he's a different kind of player, but he is pretty small. I wonder, maybe he needs to start bulking up. He needs to pull
that could be true.
God, what's his name?
Well, we bring up his dish rag
Hulk?
personality, and like I couldn't help but think about that because I think it was Hercules Gomez, and if it was Taylor Twellman, I apologize. But somebody tweeted out like, "Man, that's like the fourth tackle, like hard tackle on Pulisic. When is his teammates gonna like hit somebody and stand up for him?" And it's like, oh,
McKennie's on the other side of the field, dude. Like, look, let's see who's around him.
It was funny. No, but it was funny because later on in the game, James Sands, who I think I brought up, maybe he plays in the Bundesliga also, and he just last year he's playing for St. Pauli. Right after he joins, he breaks his. I was watching the game and it was gross. He like fully broke his ankle. Like it was bad. He's like fine. He just came back from injury, and he gets two something happened. The Australia players were like focused on him. He gets two really hard challenges, and I think it's Chris Richards who maybe had taken the captaincy after Pulisic came off. He was ready to go. He was fighting. He was like all up in their face like immediately. So it was a different reaction.
This should have been first off, Americans. When I hear about the physicality of the Australians, it reminds me of every other good U.S. national team in the past. Because that was one of their traits, was that they played every single player played their fucking hearts off for the crest on their shield, for the crest on their sleeve. On
we
their
would
chest.
clatter people, man.
And every player, it wasn't just Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey, it was every player. And then
Pablo Mascheroni.
Yeah,
it was Maurice Pablo.
Clint Mathis. And
Clint Mathis. Oh god. All right, hold on. We're at the stage of guys naming dudes, so I think we need to get out of here.
That's a good call. And speaking of guys naming dudes, I want you to name the first soccer dude that comes to mind when you think of soccer. Put that down in the comments, and also while you're down there, poke around the like button. Greatly appreciate you turning the lights on here and keeping the lights on here at Enemies of Fire as we reach for our goal of 500 subscribers. You could also do that too. Hit that subscriber button. We'll catch you right back here on Enemies of Fire right after a quick message from our sponsors.